Over a third of the world's population has been conquered. 260 clubs no longer exist, and today, continents will fall, countries will fall, and over half of the world will be gone. Welcome to part 3 of global imperialism in FC 26. Ladies and gentlemen, who will be the first team drawn by the wheel in part 3? It is going to be Nottingham Forest. Forest will be heading southwest, and so for them, this is definitely a banana peel game. Nottingham Forest attacking Mansfield Town. This can result in absolutely nothing but heartbreak for Nottingham Forest. A huge banana peel game. That Lewis bloke in the midfield looks like Curtis Connor, but who's going to win this one? It is Nottingham Forest doing it in extra time. The League One side will lose former Leeds United striker Tyler Roberts. And with that, part 3 begins with a English club falling. Morense, are they going to go west? Will we have a winner's wildcard to start? This would be absolutely insane. I think it is. Oh, I think it's going to be a winner's wildcard to start. Oh, no, it's not. It would have been for their original position. Oh, we might have something interesting here, though. Oh my god, this is still going across the Atlantic. Okay, we're going to have Morense getting themselves into the United States. America's East Coast getting flooded by foreign clubs. And ultimately, that will be a second upgrade for Allen, who goes to a 79. Shanghai. We're off to Shanghai. Southeast. Okay, that is going to see them traveling southeast, hitting the coast of China. They're trying to get themselves into Korea and into Mexico and into the United States. Shanghai Port versus Zhejiang. Zhejiang have been so damn impressive. One of the best teams in the series so far, but they've got a huge task here. Is the upgrade of Matrida going to be enough? Shanghai have such a balanced side, especially after adding Texera, after winning the Shanghai Derby, and that will be the downfall of Zhejiang Pro. We are going to have a huge change up on the global map. A smorgasbord of talent going Shanghai's way, led by the upgraded Matrida. And boys, Shanghai, they already claimed Shanghai, but they're going to claim a lot here. They claim more land in China. They claim Jeju's Island in Korea. Cannot forget about the Philippines. I'm going to have to change that map, but they claim the Philippines, not a direct attack, so not a +4 upgrade. And they get themselves into North America, taking Mexico and taking Austin's part of Texas. This third part already delivering some massive, massive moves. Next team up is FC Cologne. They're going northeast. And so for their first spin in the tournament, trying to get themselves a team whose name I continue to stuff up, it is Alemannia Aachen. Look, for a third division side, Alemannia are doing an incredible run. They're putting together an incredible run, picking up Ihatteren. They've got a strong start, but is it going to be strong enough to get past a top flight club in Cologne, in Köln? It is not. It is going to be the end of the road despite a Gindorf brace. Alemannian are getting imperialized, and the man who scored the brace is the man moving across. Not a game changer of a start to imperialism, but the Billy Goats have got themselves more land here in Germany, and they jump the border into the Netherlands. A lot of red in the south of the southeast really of the Netherlands. QPR goes southwest. Okay, Queen's Park Rangers looking to extend their lead in England, an all-championship affair as they take on relegated Southampton. QPR are a team that game by game, they're getting better and better. They added Connor Chaplin after their last victory, but will it be enough? Will it be enough? This is by far their toughest challenge. Taking on Southampton, QPR, their run is over. It is a second half defeat. Southampton, the Saints, off the mark. So many streaks that were starting to get established are being destroyed today. Southampton have got themselves the upgraded Ilias Chair along with a whole range of players. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Saints go marching in and take out QPR. Liverpool. Okay, we have our first juggernaut of the episode. Liverpool go directly south. I've been trying to justify it to myself, lads. Directly south kind of hits on the border, but if you look at the arrow, it is like a millimeter to the right. As much as I'm frothing at the mouth for a Merseyside derby, unfortunately, it's going to be Liverpool versus Crew Alexandra. Let's not forget that the former Liverpool striker Fabio Borini now plays for Crew Alexandra after they imperialized Salford City. Liverpool beat Preston North End by the skin of their teeth in their first matchup. Is it another banana peel for Liverpool? It is not. 2-0, Chiesa and Soboslai, the goal scorers. Fabio Borini reunited with Liverpool along with the centre-back Dimitriou, and the hope of a Merseyside derby gets even stronger. Liverpool take all this land and basically share a huge border with Everton. Are we going to stay in England for the third successive spin? We will not. We're going to the Romanian league. They're going east. Okay, so in the two tiny teams remaining in Bucharest, of course, Metaloglobus got out of Bucharest and got the upgrade, but Rapid are this team here, so they will be taking on Metaloglobus. Metaloglobus shocked the world last time out when they beat Stade Bucharest. They picked up a 73 rated striker, and their right back, Caldiu, is the man getting an upgrade from that spin outside of Bucharest. If they can get another win here against a stronger opposition, that would be incredible, but it's not going to happen. Dobre with a hat-trick. Rapid have ended the Cinderella run. And so the two men we spoke about have both been transferred. Episode 3 is proving to be a little bit of a cursed one for teams that have slightly established themselves. Bromley, they're going southwest. All right, we're going to have a rare matchup. The London clubs have been so quiet. Bromley, another club trying to escape the London bubble, though. A huge challenge as they attack Southampton. Southampton with a new look team after that win against QPR. This is not the type of opponent they want, though. Southampton versus Bromley, a banana peel game which will be survived by Southampton despite their fears. Cameron Archer gets a brace. Southampton beat Bromley. Another man moving Southampton's way. They move on. And for the first time, Southampton have themselves territory within London. Also, fellas, I wanted to say, whilst I fix up the map here, I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody that has showed mad love on the first 3 parts of the series so far. I absolutely love doing this series, and it's so nice that you guys do as well. Like, when you do YouTube, you have to find the line between doing videos that you are genuinely passionate about and ones that are going to help pay the bills. Luckily for me, you guys show mad love on these Imperialism videos, and they are the most fun things in the world to do. So yeah, just wanted to say thank you for that. I'm excited to see how the rest of the series ends, and I'm excited for you guys to see that as well. Anywho, I don't do well with expressing my emotions, so we're going to move on. And next team up is going to be Barnet. Oh, we're staying with a lower league London club. Shout out to the guy in my Instagram DMs that said that he was a Barnet fan and couldn't wait for them to get pulled. You're up, brother. Just because of you, I'm hoping Barnet win this one. They're going southeast. Ooh, okay. Now I'm really hoping they win. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I thought it was going to be Chelsea. It's not east enough. They're going to be versing AFC Wimbledon. I wish it was Chelsea. Then it could have given an opportunity for a huge banana peel game for Chelsea. But Barnet versus AFC Wimbledon. Who survives? It is going to be AFC Wimbledon, an 89th minute winner. Hippolyte with a brace. I'm sorry, mate. Barnet's gone in 1. Ben Winterburn, now part of the Dons. Shout out to Sean Mealy, the Barnet fan in my DMs. Your team couldn't get it done, but I appreciate the enthusiasm, mate. Also, fellas, shameless plug. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, go chuck your boy a follow. My Instagram is at JarradHD. AFC Wimbledon, moving on in this tournament. Olympiacos. Oh, this is bad because they are a team that has been establishing themselves. Olympiacos going southwest. Is this going to get them back into Africa? Yep, it is. So we land on the area they already control in Libya. So now that we are jumping into Europe, or jumping into Africa rather, we respin on their new logo. They go southwest again. Okay, so they're going to get more land here in Africa. I don't feel confident. I don't feel comfortable saying the name of this country, but they do get this one, which will mean another upgrade here for El Kabi, who goes up now to an 86, I believe. Olympiacos now in control of Libya. And I guess I'll say it, Niger. Let's say that, Niger. Okay, FC Rapid. They got challenged. Now they are the challenger. FC Rapid heads southeast. Okay, that's a good move for them. They don't have to do the matchup against Dinamo, but they are going to get themselves an upgrade here. Their hero from the Metaloglobus game, Dobre, goes now to a 74. FCV Dender. Dender heads south a little bit west. Okay, they're trying to get themselves into France. Big challenge. FCV Dender attacking Lille. So far, it has been nothing but success for Lille. Will that continue? Can they continue building their stronghold within Belgium? No, they will not. That's a huge upset. That is a massive upset. FCV Dender, the curse continues for teams that have been establishing themselves. Lille, a shock loss. A smorgasbord of talent, including Florian Thauvin and Alex Sandro heading to the Belgian League. And this is also where we say goodbye to Olivier Giroud. And there we go. It's nice to see a country pushing back. Lille were dominating Belgian football, but now it goes the opposite way. Dender moved themselves into the north of France. Hanover 96, traveling west, a little bit north, not fully northwest, but like northwest-west, which is actually a pretty important context because instead of them clearing the water and going to God knows where, they tip the top of the Netherlands and hit Groningen. A battle between German and Dutch Greens. Who's going to survive here in the north of their respective countries? It is going to be Groningen defending home turf and moving themselves into Germany, collecting the services of Enzo Leopold. And we have a border jump between the Netherlands and Germany. Argentinos Juniors, they'll be going south, trying to escape Buenos Aires and get themselves a border with Estudiantes for a potential winners wildcard down the line. Lanús is who they challenge. From what I've seen, every club in Argentina seems to be incredibly balanced, which makes these games not only incredibly exciting, but incredibly important, because if you could make yourself 1% better inside of Argentina, that might be the difference maker to making you a champion and at least taking control of Argentina. Who survives here between Argentinos Juniors and Club Lanús? It will be the challenger. Argentinos Juniors have got a monumental victory. Monumental stuff here. They get Martinez, Ray, and Pintado, who are the guys that Lanús got from their previous victories, along with the best guy at Lanús, Marcelino Moreno. This border, this western border of Estudiantes is really proving to be a poison chalice at the moment. First time in a while that we've been to Turkey with Rizespor. Rizespor goes southeast. Okay, we've got the Battle of the Spores. Rizespor versus Sivasspor. Well, I have stuffed up with the map once again. Sivasspor, I thought I got them out of there. They have been relegated, so this actually works out brilliantly for Rizespor because this is the only club in this region. This is actually going to result in an upgrade for Rizespor, which means the 76 rated for Fana goes to a 78. Sunderland. Here we go. Sunderland travel north, which is going to be an upgrade here. Some people have tried to tell me that I've got the exact placements of Sunderland and Newcastle not the correct way. Someone from the region, please let me know. I tried to research it and I thought I got it the right way, but like I've said, I just do this myself, so it's not going to always be 100% accurate. But for now, Sunderland will get themselves an upgrade. One of the surprise packets of the Premier League season. They have an insane upgrade. It's Granit Xhaka to an 87. Bro, if they just keep going north, like look at this. If they keep going north throughout Scotland, Granit Xhaka could easily find himself 99 rated. Nashville go west a little north. It actually will be north enough to get them the state of Kentucky. They miss out on a matchup with Sporting KC, and they're going to get Kentucky. Nashville get Kentucky. Feeling like upgrades galore lately, but it will be friend of the channel, Hani Mukhtar to an 81. We're staying in the USA. It is Inter Miami. Inter Miami going directly east. Okay, so that's actually, I thought it was going to be the Bahamas, but they're going to narrowly miss the Bahamas. Are they going to hit Africa? Bro, Inter Miami are going to hit Western Sahara. Messi's going to Africa. That will see Messi upgraded to an 88. Bro, what is the USA doing right now? We've had 3 spins from the USA in a row. The Red Bulls going east, slightly north. Oh, the slightly north has stopped a matchup with Puerto Cabello. Instead, it is going to be an upgrade for the New York Red Bulls. Emil Forsberg entering the 80s. Bro, what the fuck? Inter Miami have been drawn again. Into Miami for the second. This might be the quickest back-to-back spins. They're going northwest. That means Messi's getting put to the test. It is going to be into Miami versus Atlanta United. Both these teams have land outside of the United States. It's just a question of who's going to be going where. Is Messi going to be an Atlanta United player by the end of this matchup? Let's go find out. It is going to be the case. Oh my God, Messi might have scored, but Inter Miami have lost their first game. It is a one and done. Absolutely massive scenes, lads. Messi plays for Atlanta. And so not only does Atlanta United fully take Florida for themselves after taking out both Inter Miami and Orlando, they're also going to expand their empire outside of the United States as they claim land in Africa, Western Sahara. All right, now we get to finally leave the United States. Gimcheon going south a little west. Okay, that little bit of west is going to result in them getting an upgrade, claiming this region of South Korea. Not many upgrades remaining in South Korea. Yongbyun-Kwan up to a 71. Sparta Prague, they'll be going southwest. Whoa, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. Hold up, have they won a game? Oh, they haven't won a game. This could have been the jackpot for Sparta. Bro, if they had won, okay, so they take this region right here. If they'd won though, they would have gotten all of these regions for themselves. Instead, it's just a +2 upgrade for Harasslan. but goddamn, this is one of these spots to be right now. Catalika from Chile, they will be going north, which means we're going to have a matchup in Chile. They're going to be attacking Palestino. We saw Catalika win in the 90th minute last time out. Let's see if they can do that and take out another Chilean club. Oh, ball through there. Shot. That is a great save. A rocket. Catalika, another save from Perez. Palestino, that's a great ball. They get the header. What is that attempt at a save? What has just happened there? Goal line technology. I thought that might have thrown over for Palestino. Oh my God. There will be no 90th minute heroics this time around. We're off to extra time. Catalika, could they win it here? That is a stinker of a finish. Somehow not a goal, and we are off to penalties. Straight down the middle. The first penalty is a miss. Oh my God, that's a great penalty. I thought he missed, I can't lie. Catalika have been perfect from the spot. It comes down to these next two penalties. If Benitez misses here, then it will be a win for Catalika. It is not. So now Medel. Is that Gary Medel? The legendary midfielder. If he scores, Catalika get another win, which he does. Catalika perfect from the penalty spot. Their second win of global imperialism. They will pick themselves up a 72 rated center back to accompany the 74 rated center midfielder. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Catalika, their path to supremacy here in Chile continues. Them and Union Español are the only two Chilean clubs left. There is as many non-Chilean clubs in Chile as Chilean. FC Annecy, they go southwest. Sorry, rather northwest. Oh, this is actually a big one. Okay, FC Annecy will be attacking Servette. They would get themselves more land in Switzerland if they were able to do this, but they would also get themselves an upgrade. Every victory they've had has been an upgrade to their squad. They just need to keep on winning though and keep getting some upgrades here. Annecy versus Servette. Who survives in France and Switzerland? It is Servette. Paris gets another goal, but that is not going to matter. Servette punching and helping themselves here. This is huge. Take your pick here, Servette. They get Theo Bear, they get Sharef, they get Escalas, who's the man from Annecy, and they get Bertone. Servette, the club that was left off the map originally, get themselves into France, get land here in Switzerland, and also get themselves an upgrade, which will go the way of Stefanovic. I did not realize they had this higher rate of players on their squad. Back to Saudi Arabia for the first time today. Al Fateh go north a little east, which means we will have a matchup here. Al Fateh attacking Al Shabab. Shabab with a win next to their name where they add Boyan in between the sticks, but Al Fateh have got solid upgrade after solid upgrade. Vargas to an 83. Who's going to emerge victorious here in Saudi Arabia? It will be Al Shabab. Yannick Carrasco with a brace. Vargas gets him a goal, but he is no longer going to be an Al Fateh player. No more upgrades for Matthias Vargas. He jumps ship to Shabab. Huge moment here for Shabab, but they are going to get themselves the southern border of Saudi Arabia and also Yemen. Not a direct attack though, so not a +4 upgrade. Corona Kelsey, northwest. It's not going to be north enough for Dynamo Kiev. It is going to be a matchup here with Rakow. Can Corona Kelsey continue their running of form here? They've got Matthias Klisch, they've got Sasic. Is it going to be another win inside of Poland? No, it will not. It is a late winner for Rakow. Matthias Klisch, Sasic, and Svetlin are moving across. There is something in the air today, lads. Nobody that has any success in the previous parts is doing anything today. Silkeborg are begging the wheel not to select them. PSV, oh my God, another team that's done well so far. They will head southeast. May as well start saying goodbye to them. All right, they're going to be versing St. Truden here. This would be a big upset if they actually went out to them. For the PSV fans out there, I'm genuinely worried for you guys. You're putting together a really good team, some real solid additions to the squad, especially to the bench and the back line. Will that be enough to get more land in Belgium? Yes, it will. Maybe the curse has been broken. Ryotaro Ito provides a little more firepower off the PSV bench, and probably more importantly for PSV, a little more land here in Belgium. Staying in the Netherlands with Feyenoord. Is the Netherlands going to become the new USA in this episode? Feyenoord will be going northeast. Oh shit. Okay, Rot-Weiss Essen have been on a little bit of a Cinderella run here, punching well above their weight. Are Feyenoord going to come in, beat them up, and collect the scraps? Not even the scraps, collect some pretty decent players. You look at this Rot-Weiss Essen side, they're basically putting together a all-star team from the Eredivisie. If they beat Feyenoord, they genuinely would be on track to be the best team remaining in the Netherlands. They'd at least have an argument. This could be a game changer. This is not a game changer though. Holy hell, I just talked them up so much for them to get whipped 3-0. Feyenoord demolish Rotweiss Essen. Rotweiss Essen putting in all the hard yards, going and grinding to get some great players, and then Feyenoord just come in and say thank you very much. And so Feyenoord, after their first victory, are going to get themselves more land here in the Netherlands and also a path into Germany. Technically now sharing a border with Borussia Dortmund. Alright, Servette, here we go. They'll be going west a little bit north. A little bit of north is actually important. They're going to get one of the final upgradable regions here within France. Therefore, their man Stevanovic goes to a 79 now. Daejeon Hanna, they go south a little east. All right, so there was basically, unless they perfectly threaded the needle, they were always going to verse Gimcheong Sangmu. Big game here, an upgrade on the line as well. Despite Gimcheong getting the upgrades here and getting some victories under their belt, Daejeon Hanna still come in as the favorites. They are still a higher rated squad around the park. So let's see if Gimcheong continue their run. They don't continue their run. It is a routine win, I guess you could say, here for Daejeon Hanna. That will spell the end of the upgrades available here for Jeong Byung-kwan, but that will start the upgrades for Ju Min-kyu to a 76. Fair play, Daejeon Hanna getting themselves the upgrade and the majority of South Korea now. Real Betis, so they're going to expand their empire in Africa. They travel east, so that means that we will have an all-Spanish affair here. Real Betis attacking Granada. Real Betis have been getting stuck into their work. There's the 88 rated Isco in the squad. Bro, this is going to have to be a big performance here from Granada if they want to go on in this tournament. They get absolutely destroyed. Cucho Hernandez with a brace. That would put him in the conversation for the Golden Boot. Lo Celso, another goal. Demolition job, Betis. They move on. A rather worthless pickup for them because they do have Anthony on the right-hand side. With that being said, though, another victory for Real Betis, trying to take full control of the south coast. San Jose of Bolivia, southeast. Ooh, okay. This is actually huge. We're going to have a cross-country matchup. Bolivian club San Jose are attacking one of the best teams of the tournament so far, Atletico Tucumán. Here we go. San Jose beating Deportes last time was actually huge for them. They picked up a 66 rated center back and a 73 rated left midfielder, which are huge additions for them. Tucumán's been on a run though. Tucumán are single-handedly dominating Argentina. Is that going to end right now? It is not. An 89th minute winner. Florentine with a brace. Athletic Tucumán's run continues. The aforementioned left midfielder and centre back will be moving across along with a 66 rated attacking midfielder. And well, now we say goodbye to San Jose, who have been imperialized. Atletico Tucumán moving into Bolivia and this northernmost region of Chile. Tottenham Spurs have been drawn for the first time. Will we have a North London derby? Oh, is that going to be? I know that I've got them to the west. Yes, it will, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have a North London derby. Tottenham versus Arsenal. Such a small amount of land is up for grabs now, but the bragging rights and plays that come with a win for either side are monster. Arsenal, Tottenham, North London derby. Who will imperialize the other? Arsenal thump them. Oh my god. Trossard, Saka, Gyökeres, 4-1 for Arsenal. Tottenham have not just been imperialized, they have been pulverized. James Maddison will be the man joining the Gunners. And well, North London is officially red. Sligo Rovers of Ireland. Southwest. Okay, they're going to share themselves a border now with Galway United, but there are a lot. They just need to keep making the right moves. An upgrade, which will go the direction of their goalkeeper, McGinty. SV Overbank Reed, southeast. Okay. Against one of the big dogs or one of the big performers in Austria. Overbank will be attacking Sturm Graz. Sturm Graz have actually made really nice upgrades. They've been to their centre back and right back role via their victories, which gives them a very balanced squad here. Are they going to add another club, another Infinity Stone? Yes, they will. Jada in the 78th minute. Sturm Graz getting a really nice position here in Austria. Mark Gross probably won't do too much for them. Regardless, another feather in the cap for Sturm Graz. CD Castellón. They're going south. All right, it's going to be an all-Spanish affair. Castellón attacking Levante. Levante, of course, with a victory late in the last part over Valencia, sorry. Matty Ryan, the goalkeeper for Levante, they picked up Jose Gaia. Building an okay squad right now. Can they get past? No, they don't! They lose to Castellón. That is a huge upset. The second division side taking out a La Liga opponent. That looks like a real smash and grab. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Jose Gaia and Matty Ryan both play for Castellón now. Can't lie, fellas. I thought this was going to be a routine victory for Levante, but Castellón proved otherwise. Fredrikstad, they're going to be heading southwest. All right, Fredrikstad are jumping across the water to take on Sandefjord. Sandefjord's only involvement came early days where they got an upgrade to their left midfielder. Granted, that would make him the highest rated player in this starting 11, but let's see if it can get them a win. Yes, it will. He's not the goal scorer, it's Sigurdarsson, but Sandefjord are going to get a win. Another nice addition here for Sandefjord, 69 rated Maxwell Waledzi. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially down to 375 teams. Sunderland, Jesus, they didn't get drawn once in the first 3 parts, now they've been drawn twice. Yes, lads, I think we've got it. Come on. Sunderland will be attacking Newcastle United. I'm sure some of you guys have been waiting for this one. It's the upgraded Granit Xhaka captaining a very impressive Sunderland side to start the Premier League season, but will that real life form carry over to Imperialism? Sunderland versus Newcastle is a classic 3-4, which ultimately the Magpies are going to win. And because of this, Newcastle are going to have one of the strongest midfields in Imperialism. Sandro Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Granit Xhaka. Newcastle United successfully imperializing Sunderland, and my dream of a Newcastle United versus Newcastle Jets final stays alive. That's meant to be Penarol. What was I doing with my spelling with some of these? We had, Nemo last time instead of Neon. Penral, where will they be going? They're going to be going southwest. I mean, it's basically south, but we have a matchup here in Montevideo in Uruguay. Penral are going to be attacking Nacional, 2 incredibly famous Uruguayan clubs. Let's see who survives. They're in behind here. They're going to keep going. They go straight. It is Nacional. What a terrible, terrible finish. That's got to be a red card. Straight red card for Penarol. That could change everything. What is he doing? Straight through the back of him, studs up. Oh my god, that's a great ball. Oh my god! A minute after they go a man down, Penarol have scored an absolute banger. Oh my god, shush in the crowd, that's hilarious. Oh my god, it's another great ball. Penarol saved the follow-up. Penarol play better when they've got 10 men. Oh my god. Fair play to Penarol. That is one of the better victories we have seen from a gameplay aspect. Monster pickup here for Penarol. Sebastian Coates, legendary centre back, 79 rated centre back, heading Penarol's way. And with that, we have maybe the biggest win within Uruguay. I was literally just thinking we have not been to Australia in a long time. The Perth Glory. The Glory, I think that's going to be an attack at Adelaide. Yep, confirmed. The Perth Glory will be attacking Adelaide United. The winner will get an upgrade, taking the Northern Territory. I'm still incredibly bitter that Adelaide beat Western Sydney. They've got Brandon Borello, they've got Jay O'Shea in there. Pair him up with Craig Goodwin. This is a good football side. This is a football side that is going to have 3/4 of Australia for themselves. Tom Lawrence, new addition to Perth Glory in real life, now joins Adelaide. And with the upgrade to the Northern Territory, Craig Goodwin, one of the greats, will go from a 72 to a 74. I mean, just look at this, lads. Adelaide United take Western Australia and the Northern Territory. Lincoln City heading southwest. I was wondering if they were going to expand their empire here in really the Nordic countries, but instead they will be threading the needle here and versing Leicester. Lincoln City have been doing decent, getting into their work in the Nordic countries and getting some okay upgrades, but I don't think they have enough to get past Leicester. Let's see how this one plays out. It is a Leicester City win, as predicted. A whole host of players go Leicester's way. Not many of them pushed the needle though. But the exciting part of this for Leicester City, yes, they get more land here in England, but Leicester City are going to move into Denmark and into Norway. This could get interesting. Melbourne City, all right, we're going back to Australia, my home nation again. Melbourne City heading southwest, which means it is time for a Melbourne derby. Hydro Sand Buckets, ladies and gentlemen. It is Melbourne derby day. Juan Mata and the victory taking on Melbourne City, who will take control of the state of Victoria. It will be Melbourne City. Melbourne City 3-1 victors. Max Caputo with a brace. Juan Mata turning into a little bit of a turncoat here, ticking off all the Australian teams. Melbourne boys are still number 2. Also, for those of you wondering, City do, and I guess Victory before, do not automatically get Tasmania, because technically with the perfect spin, Adelaide United could still get it as an upgrade. FC Seoul, Southwest, another club, they needed a perfect roll to get an upgrade, but instead they are going to be attacking Daejeon Hana. The winner of this will get this little upgrade region in South Korea. Daejeon Hana putting together a very nice side. The upgraded Ju Min Kyu. But FC Seoul are the guys in South Korea. Jesse Lingard captaining FC Seoul. How's this one going to play out? Huge game in South Korea, which FC Seoul are going to win. They are off the mark for Imperialism, and they are off the mark in a massive way. They may have just built one of the best strike forces in not even Korea, but in Asia. I wish it was Lingard getting the upgrade, but it's going to be the left midfielder Oliveira who goes to a 77. Korea, very likely chance of getting fully imperialized today. Just 4 teams remain. Going to Caracas now, back to Venezuela. They're going to be going directly west, basically. I mean, now it's a little more dangerous for them because they're going to share a border, but they're still going to get themselves an upgrade here. Corvea now going to a 71. Dinamo 1948. We do not even need to spin the wheel here. Dinamo completely surrounded by Rapid. This is the Battle of Bucharest. Dobre was the hero for Rapid last time. Is he going to be able to do it and make them fully take control of Bucharest? Here we go. They get the win. It's not Dobre this time. It is Berliga, who's the guy that came from Stade Bucharest, and Christensen. Another solid addition here for Rapid. And with that, the congestion of Bucharest fell rather quickly in the last episode or so. Rapid Bucharest take full control of Romania's biggest city. Botafogo, been a minute since we've been to Brazil. They're going to go northwest. This is a big one. I thought for a second it was going to be an upgrade, but they're going to take this bottom corner, meaning Botafogo take on Atletico Mineiro, 2 clubs that have had wins within Brazil. Mineiro, that's a great ball out of nothing. It's Botafogo rather. Botafogo out of nothing take the lead. Atletico Mineiro, what a block. There we go, lads. Another professional win from Botafogo. They're going to have a 79 rated striker and an 81 rated left back coming their way. And that allows Botafogo to keep their land in Africa and also expand here through Brazil. If they can, I mean, they are very close, bro. A move to the left, like a couple moves to the left, a move north, and they will get all of Brazil for themselves up here. All right, heading back to Germany, Jan Regensburg. Regensburg heads southeast. Oh, shit. All right. Regensburg, good luck, lads. Jan Regensburg are attacking Bayern Munich. Will this be the banana peel that catches Bayern Munich? Bro, this Bayern Munich would eat this team for breakfast. Please, Regensburg. Shake up world football. No! I swear, so many of these games that are small teams versus massive teams versus juggernauts end up being relatively close, but it is a Harry Kane brace that gets Bayern Munich another win. There is not a reality where Felix Gebhardt is starting in front of the great Manuel Neuer, but I'm transferring him over just for the formality. Good on the other. I'm hoping Regensburg and teams like them continue throwing themselves at Bayern Munich, but for now, another victory for Bayern Munich. They get close to this upgrade region and potentially close to sharing a border with Hertha Berlin. Drogheda United of Ireland. Drogheda head directly north. Okay, this is actually big for Drogheda. We're going to have a matchup. They're going to be attacking Fleetwood Town. However, because they are directly attacking the nation of Northern Ireland, if Drogheda win this one, it will be a +4 upgrade, which they desperately need. Come on, Drogheda. What do you got, fellas? Can you get yourselves into Northern Ireland and into England? Here we go. No, they can't. It is Evans getting a brace. Drogheda United, they went for it. They went hard for it, but they have gone out of this competition. That will ultimately see Connor Keeley linking up with League 2 Fleetwood. Sliding doors moment right there for Connor Keeley. Could have become 67 rated, but instead he's now a Fleetwood Town player as they get their first bit of territory in the Republic of Ireland. Burgos, off to Spain we go. They go northeast, so they clip. Oh, okay, Burgos, bro, you could have gone south, east, or west and got yourself an upgrade. Instead, they clip Sociedad here, making things incredibly hard for themselves. I mean, this is a good-looking Real Sociedad side who picked up Budimir along with a bunch of other reserve players after their last victory against Osasuna. This one, though, is going to be the new man Budimir stepping up massively, a brace as they are going to imperialize Burgos. Aitor Cordoba joins Sociedad, which means nothing. But what's huge for Sociedad, they get themselves a nice strategic point where, especially if they're able to verse, I think that's Albacete, they will get themselves like south. Sorry, that's Mirandes, yeah. But if they can verse Mirandes, that gives them so many upgradable positions. Spain, probably one of the countries in Europe that has the most available upgrades remaining. Slavia Prague, and I say that with excitement. I do not need to spin. This is one of the biggest games of the series. The winner of this game in Prague is going to get a plus 12 upgrade. Holy shit. And if Sparta can win, that would take the already 84 Lucas Haraslin to a 96. This is a monster game, lads. A monster game, which goes the way Haraslin with the winner. He said that he wanted to get that upgrade. Haraslin is going to win this one for Sparta Prague. This is a massive result in Czech football. Lukas Pruvod jumps ship. Oh my god, ladies and gentlemen. Sparta have just taken over Prague, and now they get all of these unclaimed areas. They've closed off this part of the Czech Republic. And assuming that nobody else, there are a lot of teams that share the Czech border, assuming nobody else is able to get into the country, if Bayern and Prague face off with each other, that would be the Czech Republic going to somebody. This is a beautiful sight to look at, lads. Fair bloody play to Sparta. We move on from that with Sassuolo. The Italians head northeast. The easternness of it means they will be versing Modena, not AC Monza. The first test for both of these clubs, Modena of Serie B, Sassuolo of Serie A. Can they get the win? Can Domenico Berardi's men get their first win, or will Modena get a huge upset? They do not. Domenico Berardi and Loriente are going to get Sassuolo a victory. No chance this man's starting ahead of Domenico Berardi. But with that being said, Sassuolo get their first victory of global imperialism. Modena, one and done. River Plate, one of the more famous clubs in Argentina, will be heading southeast. Okay, so River Plate will be attacking Deportivo Riestra. River Plate would be secretly be rating their chances. They've got a really balanced side, man. Marcos Acuna, Montiel, Quintero. It's a really good team here against Riestra, who are one of the weaker sides in Argentinian football. That was, for some reason, I saw the one pop up and I thought that didn't matter, but River Plate do get a pretty comprehensive victory. Ignacio Arce, I don't know how to pronounce the other name, but he is going across to River Plate. Not a huge statement from River Plate, but they are going to get themselves off the mark. The teams in Buenos Aires are quickly fading. Al Najma of Saudi Arabia, they're going to be going northeast, not the bloody Melbourne Stars again, man. They're going to be just missing out on an upgrade and instead going at Al Fire. Out of the Saudi League teams that remain, these are probably two of the weaker ones. Al Fire stand way better than them, to be fair. They got Chris Smalling in the background, the upgraded Fortunas in their midfield. It's Martins here. Besides that, nothing really too good for Najma, but it doesn't matter. I talk so much shit on them, and they still get the win. Al Najma, the Melbourne Stars, are going to beat Al Fire. Okay. And for Al Najma, this is an insane change of fortune. They get Konstantinos Fortunas, and they get Chris Smalling. That is automatically their two highest rated players in their squads by a country mile. And there we go. This corridor of the country might just be a little bit cursed. We have had so much turnover around here. Alianza Lima, they're going to go directly east. Okay, again, they are following, we haven't seen them since the early days, but they are following the strategy that we recommended for them back then. It's going to be another upgrade for, I believe it's Barkos, going to a 77. They just want to keep going north or east, honestly. AS Monaco, they will be going east, a little bit south. Okay, they're going to try jumping across here. AS Monaco versus Fiorentina. This is actually an incredibly fascinating game. Monaco probably have a more balanced side than Fiorentina. Pogba's in there, which is awesome to see. Hiradeki, Zakaria rather, but then you've got Fiorentina who have more star power. They got Moise Kean, they got Orsolini, they got David De Gea. They've got some actual superstars in their squad. Whoever wins this is going to be in a great position moving forward, and it will be AS Monaco. Moise Kean gets a brace, but AS Monaco are about to get a haul for this one. Bro, this Monaco team's about to be nice. They're going to have David De Gea, Orsolini, Calvin Stangs, It's going to be a nasty team in France here. There you go. AS Monaco jumping on one of the billion-dollar super yachts sitting in the bay, sailing across and taking Florence for themselves. Hearts, finally, we have not been going to Scotland much. Are we going to have our first game within Scotland? Hearts will be going east, a little bit south. Oh, we needed them to go west if we wanted to have a game. Instead, Hearts are going to get an upgrade. If you're a Hearts fan, I'm sure you're probably wanting these upgrades though. Hearts having an incredible start to the season in real life. Shankland, their striker, gets the upgrade here. Darmstadt heading southwest. So for Darmstadt, that will be a matchup with Mainz. The Bundesliga side looking to take down Darmstadt from the second division. How will this one end here in Germany? It will be, holy hell. God damn, Mainz. 4-0. Isaac Lidberg now goes to Mainz. And unfortunately for any Darmstadt fans watching, your club's put up a rather uninspired performance this year. Off to Brazil, Palmeiras. Palmeiras will be going southeast. Okay, we've got a clash between two very famous clubs here in Brazil. Palmeiras attacking Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo, if they square it, they might get themselves the lead, which they do. Sao Paulo have been getting dominated in this game, but they make the most of their opportunity and take the lead. Can Palmeiras get themselves a late equalizer to stay alive in this tournament? The ball goes through. That is an incredible defensive header, though, and Sao Paulo will win this match in Brazil. Really nice addition for Sao Paulo, getting themselves an 82 rated goalkeeper. And we have another Brazilian team getting off the mark for this tournament. Palmeiras imperialized. Toronto FC, already with a lot of upgrades to their name. Are they going to get more? They're going to be going southeast. It's actually not going to be an expanding in Canada for them. Toronto FC are going to jump the border and are going to take an upgraded region here in the United States. Another +2 for Mihailovic. Gil Vicente traveling east. Oh, if they'd gone south, they would have had a winner's wild card. But instead, they're going to be versing Braga. SC Braga already with a couple of victories to their name. Are they going to be able to expand their land here in Portugal and stay with that winner's wildcard border? Yes, they will. A 3-1 victory for Braga. Collecting the goalkeeper, Andrew. That is the dream there for Braga. Now they get more of a border with Porto. Looking like destiny for them to have a winner's wildcard. Back to Brazil, Internacional. They're going to be going southwest. Okay, so this is going to be similar to Grêmio. Internacional will be moving into Uruguay, but instead of being a matchup for Grêmio, it is going to be an upgrade for Internacional. Their centre back and captain goes from an 80 to an 82. Brentford, club that I do not want to see win this tournament. Brentford will be going west. Oh my god, this is like Stalin versus Hitler. It is Brentford attacking MK Dons. I was tempted to make a rule where both of these clubs could self-imperialize and maybe even take Sydney FC with them, but alas, we move on with the integrity of imperialism at the heart of mind. Brentford are going to get a 3-0 victory. Thiago with a brace. Imran Louza, along with the right back Kane Wilson, will be going to Brentford. Brentford getting off the mark and becoming the latest team to escape London. Meizu Haka of China. Meizu Haka going northwest. Oh, okay, that's actually going to result in them threading the needle only just, well, I don't even, they actually kind of got like basically the middle of this border, but they're going to be attacking Henan. A lot of territory up for grabs here in China. Both of these clubs with upgrades to their name. You got the upgraded Nazario for Henan. You've got Enrique for Meizu Haka. Henan have had a victory where they picked up Soya against Wuhan, and they will get another victory. Henan gonna move on here in China. Henan on a mission to collect all of these upgraded players, all the upgraded Brazilians here in China. A distinct advantage here. Henan trying to get basically a vertical stretch here in China. Hertha Berlin! Oh shit, it's last year's winners getting drawn for the first time. Are we about to have our first winner's wildcard? Oh, this is a big moment. Will it be Leipzig or Union Berlin? Hertha Berlin going southeast. I think this is going to be the Battle of Berlin. Confirmed. Union Berlin are going to get an opportunity for the winner's wildcard. Last year's champions are up to bat. Hertha Berlin shocked us all last year when they won Global Imperialism. This is their first match of the year. The defending champions, is it going to be one and done, or will they claim Berlin? Will Union Berlin get a player in the 99 club? No, they won't! Hertha Berlin win it on penalties. Hertha Berlin win it on penalties. The champions are going to move on. There will not be a 99 club player and a winner's wildcard activated. A bloody unbelievable start. Hertha Berlin getting an 80 rated goalkeeper in Ronau. Hertha Berlin refusing to be a champion that goes one and done. Refusing to fund Union Berlin's dream of winning the competition. That's probably music to Leipzig's ears. And Hertha Berlin officially control the city of Berlin. Oh my god, what are we going to get after that? It is going to be Brentford again. Brentford heads south. I think I know what this is. Yep, Brentford versus Southampton. Southampton getting stronger and stronger. Elias Chair into the starting 11 here for the Saints. Can they get a big scalp and take down Premier League side Brentford? Southampton will do it! That is an insane scoreline. 5-all. 10 goals in this game, the highest scoring game in Imperialism so far this year. I low-key feel bad for Brentford. Imagine scoring 5 goals and still going out. Southampton's biggest win yet. They get themselves Imran Louza, but the big one, as we go back to their highest rated player, Mikkel Damsgaard, is now a Southampton man. Stringing together a decent run of form are the Saints. My personal biases have been fulfilled. Brentford imperialized. Northeast United. Felt like an absolute lifetime since we've been to India, but Northeast United will be going west a little north. Oh, that would have actually been insanity. If we had a matchup here, there would have been upgrades galore. Northeast United, though, instead are going to thread the needle. Sorry, not thread the needle. Leave the country. They're going to take Bhutan. Their striker, Ajare, goes to a 72. Fenerbahce will be a trip southeast for Fener. If they managed Konyaspor there, I thought they were going to get Konyaspor, but they have taken the top section of Antalyaspor. Fenerbahce went from strength to strength after that Besiktas victory. They had Ergan Kurtzu join the starting lineup here. Are they going to continue their run, or will Antalyaspor shake up Turkish football? They almost did, but it is ultimately another victory for Fener. Not too much to get out of this one for Fener, just a storm. More land here on the southern coastline of Turkey, though, for Fener. Crystal Palace. For the first time, Palace are up. Palace absolutely humming in real life this season. Where are they going? They're heading east. Okay. Crystal Palace attacking Gillingham. Thomas Kaminski joining the Gillingham squad after that victory against Charlton. A huge addition for them. But will it be enough to get past one of the hottest teams in world football? It will not. They really went toe-to-toe with them, but ultimately Ismail Sarr gets Palace the winner. Thomas Kaminski and Bradley Dack become Palace players. And with that, Crystal Palace become the latest club to escape London. Elche off to Spain. Southwest. All right, we're going to have a matchup here on the southern coast. Elche attacking Albacete. We haven't seen either of these clubs in a matchup yet, but we have seen Valleyho get upgraded to a 74. They're going to need every bit of that overall and that upgrade to step up as they verse La Liga opponents. That is not going to be enough. It is going to be a 2-1 victory for Elche. The former Real Madrid man will be now an Elche player. The Spaniards officially off the mark. Big chunk of territory, and like many clubs in Spain, if they play their cards right, upgrades galore remain ahead. Union Espanola, or if they go west, this could be massive. Bang! Bang, bang, bang. Surely this is going to be what I think it is. Okay. Yep. I wasn't certain whether. I couldn't remember how the border shaped up. We have Catalika versus Union Espanola. They will be the final Chilean team remaining, but the big part is there are massive upgrades available. The winner of this will get the entire southern portion of Chile, resulting in a plus 16 upgrade. Both of these clubs with really nice additions to the squad so far, but only one of them is going to be the last Chilean squad standing. In behind here, Catalika, heavy touch, not a great finish. That could have been the win. Oh, that's a great ball, but that, probably was a handball. But we are heading to extra time in the battle for Chile. Catalika, Romero, good tackle, Vidal. And it feels like commonplace. We're off to penalties. Bello has his penalty saved for Catalika. It is automatically advantage to Espanola. Espanola perfect from the spot. Catalika, if they miss one more, they will be imperialized. Montes versus Para. He scores. But now if Veja for Espanola can score, they will be taking control of the south portions of Chile. He scores. Espanola with another victory, taking out Catalika on penalties. The CPU's just done my job for me. I just got a trophy for winning a penalty shootout without missing. Brother, I wasn't even controlling it. So that's going to result in a 74 rated center midfielder, 72 rated center back, and 74 rated striker, all going Espinola's way. But as Espinola take out Catalika, the big one is all the upgrades. +2, +4, +6, +8, +10, +12, +14, +16 here for Espinola. The 76 rated attacking midfielder they picked up from their win against Colo Colo. So the highest rated player in the squad is this midfielder. He's going to go to an 87 overall. Or is this next game going to be able to match up to that? It's going to be St. Mirren of Scotland. St. Mirren traveling north a little east. Okay, this is going to be... St. Mirren are in a really good spot where they could just get crazy amounts of upgrades here. They're going to start by doing that. St. Mirren with an upgrade in a tiny little region in Scotland. Selfishly, for me, it's not going to be Bacchus getting the upgrade. It is going to be O'Hara going to a 70. AS Roma. Roma traveling north a little east. Okay, this is a nice one here for Roma. They're going to get themselves one of the final remaining unlockable regions in Italy, an upgrade. No surprise to anybody that the great Paulo Dybala is the man getting upgraded to an 88. Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo heading north. Okay, Celta Vigo, I had to double check because it had a little bit of Westerness, but it wasn't West enough to get them outside of Ireland. It is going to be a sentence I didn't think I'd be saying. Celta Vigo versus Cork City. I'm going to need everyone to say a little prayer for Cork City here. Their only involvement so far has been an upgrade to McLaughlin. Iago Aspas has been upgraded to an 84. This team is ridiculous compared to Cork City's. And Cork City, I mean, they've put up a good fight. But it will be the upgraded Iago Aspas getting the winning goal for Celta Vigo. McLaughlin gets a change in reality that I'm sure he never saw coming, joining Celta Vigo. Quite an exciting moment though for Celta Vigo because they're going to get themselves into Ireland and also into Wales in this bottom little region here. And if I'm Celta Vigo, I want to get back into these countries as quickly as possible because there are so many upgrades on the line for them, even in Spain. Oh, okay, Sydney FC. Sydney FC have been drawn. Sydney will be going southwest. All right, meaning it is going to be a battle with MacArthur. As much as it pains me to say it, Sydney FC are putting together a decent run of form here in this tournament. Will it continue, though, against MacArthur? Luke Bratton and Castor as two former Sydney FC players are there, and it is going to be the downfall of Sydney FC. Come on, lads. I can't believe I'm cheering for MacArthur. But MacArthur get the victory. The upgraded Joe Lolly and Trent Sainsbury going to MacArthur. Get those cowbells ready, ladies and gentlemen. MacArthur have imperialized Sydney FC. Off to Argentina with Defensa. Defensa will be going west. And that will be an upgrade here for Defensa, claiming one of the unclaimed regions in the central part of Argentina. Molinas going to a 75. Nashville heading southeast. Oh, it would have been a matchup against Atlanta and Messi, but this little region of North Carolina that sticks out here is going to be what sees Nashville attacking Charlotte. A battle between two of the boom cities here in America over the past decade. We got the upgraded Mukhtar here for Nashville. Will that be enough for them to take down Charlotte FC? No, it will not. It is Charlotte FC via a Wilfred Zaha goal and Vargas goal, getting Charlotte the victory. Hani Mukhtar, the upgraded Mukhtar, joining Charlotte actually makes them have one of the best attacks in the MLS remaining. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Charlotte FC getting themselves Kentucky and Tennessee. Sturm Graz, they're heading east. Okay, Sturm Graz looking to get out of Austria, but they are directly attacking Ferencvárosi and directly attacking Hungary. So if they can beat the Hungarian juggernauts, they will get a +4 upgrade. Sturm Graz has been putting together a decent run here, but if they can beat Ferencvárosi, get Hungary, get the upgrades, this would take them to a whole different level. Will that happen? No, it won't. Ferencvárosi defending home turf, and they're going to find themselves in Austria. 4 men heading to Ferencvárosi, headlined by Otar Kitiashvili. Ferencvárosi, they are going to defend their home nation of Hungary and now get themselves across the border into Austria. Okay, not too far from here. We're going into Romania with Arad. They're going to be going northwest. Not north enough, though, for them to go directly at Ferencvárosi. Instead, they're going to be still going for a +4 upgrade, directly attacking Serbia and Hajduk Split. Split yet to have a game here. They've got the upgraded Livaya, but they are getting challenged directly here, trying to defend Serbia, trying to get themselves into Romania. Would be a huge one if UTA Arad could do it, which they do not. it is going to be Split coming from behind and getting the victory. Dmitro Pospelev joining Split. And there we have it. Split are going to join Istanbul Besiktas as the second foreign club to breach Romanian borders. Off to Ecuador, Quito. Quito heading directly west, which is going to result in them expanding the border they share with IDV, but for now, it is going to be an upgrade. Their defensive midfielder, Grezo, goes to a 75. Speaking of clubs that are in Romania, it is Besiktas, almost directly north. Jesus, this could be a dream for them. They're going to get literally right next to what they already have in Romania. And that's going to send Harrod now to an 81. FC Groningen. Groningen going southwest. Okay, we're going to have a matchup here in the Netherlands. Groningen attacking FC Twente. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. FC Twente with the upgraded Lars Unnerstal. Midfield addition for Groningen after their victory out of Germany. But who will stay alive? It is Twente. They have the upgraded man. Leopold, the man that joined Groningen, scores. But it is not enough, meaning Leopold and Resink are joining Twente. FC Twente had the upgrade, but now they're going to get themselves a victory, meaning they get more land here in the Netherlands and also now border cross into Germany. Heading even further north, Halmstad's BK. They're going northeast. Okay, Halmstad's... Oh, we haven't seen BK Hacken in a while, but this is a big one. BK Hacken, one of the best runs so far. Is that going to continue? BK Hacken have successfully added 10 players to their squad in this series so far. Are they going to add another and get themselves more land in Sweden? Yes, they will. Leuni, damn, they played over an hour. A man down, but BK Hacken get another victory. The 11th man to join their squad is Rami Kaib. This has been a remarkable run. More land in Sweden, now controlled by BK Hacken. Off to Poland. Katowice heading southwest. Okay. Haraslin. We're going to get to see that upgraded Haraslin. This, imagine the scenes if Sparta went out. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. 96 rated Lucas Haraslin. Provo joins Sparta Prague. If they went out now, that would be a disaster. That would be one of the biggest upsets of the series. It is not going to happen. Haraslin's going to get himself a brace. It is the upgrades and all the work that Sparta Prague have done that results in them getting a victory. Ilya Skurin moving across. The Czech Republic club now move into Poland. Al Ittihad from Saudi Arabia. It's going to be southwest for Ittihad. That's going to be another upgrade for Karim Benzema and another African nation taken here from Ittihad who are going to get themselves into Eritrea. Toronto FC. Southwest. Come on, fellas. All right, this is going to be a fun one. Toronto FC attacking the New York Red Bulls. So much loot available out of this one in regards to upgrades. Attacking midfield. He's got Emil Forsberg, who's an 80 rated at New York Red Bull. Meanwhile, Toronto have Mihailovic up to an 83. Who's going where? Who's jumping the border? It is going to be the New York Red Bulls. It is Nico Gonzalez, the man they won in the Hudson River Derby from New York City FC. Proven to be the hero. That is the end of the upgrade road here for Djordje Mihailovic, 83 rated, joining Forsberg in New York. Big moment for New York Red Bull. Not only will they get this region that Toronto unlocked in America, they're also going to get themselves into Canada, getting Montreal and Toronto. And just like the MLS in real life, Vancouver, the only Canadian team left. Northeast United. Selfishly, I'm hoping they thread the needle for that game. That's not going to happen, but it almost did again. However, Northwest for Northeast United, God, that's a tongue twister, is going to see them entering China. Oh my God, Northeast United entered China and they already have Nepal, or Bhutan rather. Another upgrade here for Azuri. PSV, the Dutchman head east. Okay, so they're going to be moving back into the Netherlands, but also trying to get into Germany at the same time. PSV attacking FC Cologne. Huge game coming up for the region. FC Cologne only with the one victory. PSV have been putting it together and have slowly but surely been making Belgium their own. Who's going to survive in Imperialism? It is Ivan Perisic, the hero, a brace and a late winner as the Dutch side moves into Germany. PSV picking up an array of players. The most notable, though, is Castro Montes. And there we go. It's a little confusing with all the different shades of red right now, but right here and right here now belong to PSV. So that will be heading southeast, which for them is going to see them push through their original land in Switzerland and now try to get into Italy. They are going to be attacking into Milan. Good luck. So that have been slowly getting themselves some wins. They've got the upgraded Stevanovic to a 79, but let's not forget Inter Milan have the upgraded Martinez to a 90. This would be a monster upset if Servette could pull it off for the Swiss. They almost do. It was tied up. Then they got a man sent off and the upgraded Martinez gets the victory for Inter Milan. Inter Milan going from strength to strength. And so now Inter Milan are going to extend the land that they own in Switzerland. They're also going to find themselves moving into France. And dude, if they get a couple more victories here inside of Switzerland, upgrades galore, Lautaro Martinez would probably be pushing 99. Samsunspor heading northeast. I thought they were going to get Georgia for a second, but they're going to clip the top of Trabzonspor. We've seen Samsunspor get a victory in this tournament. They picked up Velho for that victory, but if they beat Trabzonspor, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but the man they would pick up would be Andre Onana, who is currently the goalkeeper and the highest rated on Trabzonspor. Let's see if that pans out. It does! Oh, this could be a blessing or a curse, but it is going to be a 3-2 victory for Samsunspor. Andre Onana, you're officially fodder. And with that victory, it's more for Spor here in Turkey. Stevenage heading southwest. Okay, so they're going to be the latest team trying to take out Southampton. Dude, with Mikkel Damsgaard and Lauser joining this squad after that Brentford victory, this team is actually trending in a great direction. The midfield is so strong. Is this going to be a banana peel game, though, for Southampton? No, it will not be. A lot of their players they pick up are going to be the difference makers. Southampton crush Stevenage. Their run continues. Carl Piergiani joins the Saints. And there we go. Southampton with a big-time victory here. Not for the opponent, but the position it gives them. Gives them a real opportunity to either make or break it against some of these London clubs. Staying in England, not too far from Southampton, it's Cheltenham Town. Cheltenham going directly south. Oh my god, okay. Okay, Southampton again. Cheltenham directly south is just Southampton. I was convinced it was going to be Bristol. Oh, that is hilarious. All right, you're up again, Southampton. League 2 Cheltenham have made additions to their squad, but I don't know if they've done enough to get past Southampton. We'll see if Southampton can make it back-to-back wins here. They will. Damsgaard, Archer. Damsgaard is really providing value right now for Southampton. Another win for them. Ironically, this win for Southampton actually gives them more value than the one against Stevenage. Ben Davies would get into their starting 11, 1 overall higher. There we go. Southampton continually getting past every challenge put in front of them. Heading up to Scotland with Dundee United. Dundee heading east. Oh, I was hopeful that it was going to see them go across the coast, but because of the southernness of it, they're going to tip this little section here. Another upgrade for Ferry, who now goes to a 75. Godoy Cruz going southeast. Okay, they're going to thread the needle here. We're going to have a matchup in Argentina. Godoy Cruz versus Defensa. Defensa have the upgraded Molinas. Godoy Cruz have a huge upgraded striker. Who's going to win this one here in Argentina and get one step closer? It will be Godoy Cruz. Villa, the 76 rated striker, the difference maker. Huge addition for Godoy Cruz, picking up upgraded Molinas. And also, I know I like to think 2 or 3 steps ahead, but if Godoy Cruz are able to draw a southern pull next time they're up here, they would claim the rest of Argentina, like these bottom sections. Elche head west, which means they're going to get themselves one of the many upgrades still remaining here in Spain. A lot of the clubs in Spain have been working along the coastline. Elche now moving to the center. This is Elche's first upgrades of the tournament. It's a name that I haven't seen in a hot minute, but it is Silva, former Portuguese wonder kid striker, going to a 78. Platense right back to Argentina. Platense traveling northeast. So Platense, the first Argentinian club to breach the Uruguayan border, getting this region right here. The club that has already picked up Eva Banega and Angel Di Maria will now have this center back Vazquez getting upgraded. Kilmarnock, they're going northeast as well. Bro, what do we have to do to get a game in Scotland? Kilmarnock are going to get themselves an upgrade. At least they're getting some borders. But I swear, we're going to get to the final part of this and all Scottish teams will still be remaining. Their centre midfielder, Watson, goes from 67 to 69. St. Gallen of Switzerland, southwest. Okay, so St. Gallen are going to be versing Stuttgart. The winner of this will get a +2 upgrade as well for this region right here. Stuttgart have got a really impressive side. The upgraded Angelo Stiller will go to an 87 if they win this one here. Let's see if Stuttgart can expand in Switzerland or whether St. Gallen will fight back here. It is going to be a 4-2 victory, unsurprisingly, to Stuttgart. Ziggy is collateral. Angelo still are now an 87 rated midfielder as Stuttgart continue expanding their empire within Switzerland. The Swiss clubs right now are getting absolutely destroyed. Only 3 of those remain. Bradford City, haven't seen them in a minute. They'll be heading east, slightly north. And so that's going to see them going over the England, like going out of England. Okay. Okay, they're going to try getting themselves... Bradford City are trying to get themselves into Denmark and into Germany as they challenge Holsten Kiel. Come on, Bradford. Both clubs have been punching above their weights. 3rd Division Bradford, 2nd Division Holsten Kiel. How will this one play out? It is Bradford City on a penalty shootout. Oh my God. Bradford City are going to find themselves in Denmark and Germany and are going to get some huge players along the way. This is hilarious. Bradford City are about to have a striker partnership of Mohamed Amora and Ollie McBurney. They're also getting Nicola Vasilj. They're getting Bernhardsen and Rasmus Falk. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. I love Imperialism. Bradford City are in Germany and Denmark. I never thought I would see the day. Got to follow that up now with Racal. Racal traveling southeast. That will see them trying to move in. It's not going to be a direct attack here, but they're versing Brookbet just a little bit too far east for it to be a direct attack on Slovakia. Racal have had players come into their side like Matthias Klitsch via victories. Meanwhile, Brookbet have the one upgrade to their defense after claiming Slovakia earlier on. Who will survive here in Polish football? It will be yet another win for Racal. The upgraded Lucas Macero joining their back line. They might be feeling a little bit hard done by that they didn't go a little more south, but it will be Racal getting themselves another territory in Poland and moving into Slovakia. Waterford off to Ireland. Waterford heading east. Okay, this is going to be Waterford's first involvement here in Ireland. They're going to get themselves an upgrade, just like a lot of the other Irish clubs have. That'll mean their striker Amond goes to a 65 overall. FBC Melgar of Peru. They're going to be going directly west. Oh, we're going to have an escape. All right, we need to... All right, Melgar's going to be going off the west coast of South America. Literally, whatever the first thing they land on is what they're going to get. Oh, they missed some of these islands here in the Pacific. They're going to... Okay, FBC Melgar will be getting an upgrade as they are going to land on Vanuatu. Worst places in the world to set up shop in than Vanuatu. This could lead with some very interesting matchups with the Australian or Asian teams in the near future. But for now, it's going to be an upgrade for their right winger, Bordakaha, who goes to a 75. Galatasaray going northwest. Oh, okay. Galatasaray versus Istanbul Basikcia. I've had to pull out the compass. It is not going to be a direct attack here on Bulgaria. It is going to be on the land in Turkey as much as I wish it was, so no +4 upgrade if they win it. Harrod has been getting fed upgrade after upgrade so far. That gets him up to an 81, but is that going to be enough to get past the Galatasaray side that has Osimhen, Gundogan, Leroy Sané, all these players in Turkey? I don't know. Here we go. It is! Oh my God. Fair bloody play. Istanbul Basikcia, Amin Harrod, the upgrade is enough. That is massive. A massive, massive result here within Turkey. And this is about as good as it gets. Osimhen is going to be going. 87 rated Osimhen. Galatasaray were genuinely a team that I thought could have gone very deep in this tournament. They were one of my dark horses to win this entire tournament. Instead, a one and done without even leaving Turkey. Got to follow that up with another trip to Paraguay. Sportivo will be heading west. Massive one coming here. So Sportivo are going to be attacking Atletico Tucumán. Oh my God. Imagine if they could go for this tiny little area to all of this land in multiple countries. Tucumán have been putting the pieces together. 81 Diaz. Lucas Zelarayan joins them. The midfield gets stronger. This would be massive if the Paraguayan side Sportivo Lequeno could imperialize them, which they will not. Zelarayan with a brace. Another territory gained for Atletico Tucumán. A 68 rated striker going Atletico's way. And that will officially mean that Tucumán have jumped the border and have their first bit of territory in Paraguay. FC Augsburg. Augsburg going east, I think this is Bayern Munich. It is Bayern Munich versus FC Augsburg. Here we go. Augsburg stringing together win after win, but none of them have been as impressive as what a win against Bayern Munich would mean. Come on, are we going to have another juggernaut imperialized here? Augsburg versus Bayern Munich. It goes to extra time. But ultimately, Bayern Munich's, their dominance shows. Fortunately, I suppose, again, nothing crazy coming Bayern Munich's way. But that is the biggest bit of land Bayern Munich have acquired so far, successfully imperializing Augsburg. And look, fellas, it might have happened a couple of spins ago, but if your team is still remaining, then you are within the top 50% of teams in the world. Over half of the planet has now been imperialized. Who are we going to have up next as we move into the back end of the series for another year? It is going to be Heerenveen. Heerenveen going north a little east, which means they're actually going to leave the Netherlands. Okay. Heerenveen are trying to get to the bottom of Norway here as they attack Leicester City. We're getting to that point of the series where a Dutch club hitting Norway means they're versing the former Premier League champions. It is just beautiful to see. But will Leicester City be able to survive and expand their empire, or will Heerenveen shake things up on their debut? It will be Heerenveen. The Dutch club are going to successfully imperialize Leicester. Their debut in the tournament is going to result in an absolute haul. A lot of map updating right now because Heerenveen are going to get themselves into the southernmost region in Denmark, into the southernmost region in Norway, and also into England. Sparta Prague. Oh, Harassland. Please be west. Please be west. Please be west. God damn it. Okay, Sparta Prague, because it's slightly above east, they're actually going to be versing Rakow. Again, not a direct attack on Slovakia, but Sparta Prague versus Rakow. Rakow have added Mosero into their backline. They could add the biggest piece in the world right now, though. Harassland, 96 rated. Is he going to stay alive in the tournament with Sparta? Yes, they are. The Czech Republic club is going to extend their presence in Poland and also now get Slovakia. Another addition to the backline here for Sparta Prague. Sparta Prague starting to take massive control here through Eastern Europe. Stuttgart, northwest for them. Oh, we have got a fascinating matchup with ramifications in both Germany and Switzerland. Stuttgart attacking Freiburg. Both teams with some really nice upgrades. Both teams with some really nice wins. But whoever comes out of this one alive is going to almost have a super team. They're going to go to a different level. Will it be Freiburg or will it be Stuttgart? It will be Stuttgart. It is their recently upgraded 87 Stiller, the man that gets the winning goal. Freiburg are going to get imperialized. The updated Matthias Ginter going to Stuttgart is going to be insane for their backline. And now Stuttgart are going to get way more land here. It does open them up a lot more to a matchup with Inter Milan, but they're going to get themselves into France and more land in Germany. Dude, I was just thinking that we haven't seen Seattle Sounders in a long time. I have underrated powers when it comes to manifesting the wheel. The Sounders will be traveling northeast. And so I was trying to see if it was an upgrade or matchup rather with Vancouver, but it will be an upgrade for the Seattle Sounders. Their designated upgrade player is Rusnak, now to a 77. All right, since my superpowers are so good, I'm going to manifest Liverpool. Let's manifest Liverpool as being the team that gets drawn. No, FC Nantes. FC Nantes traveling east. Okay, so the French outfit will be attacking Stade Lavallois. What we have seen of Lavallois has been pretty good. They upgraded their goalkeeper and they have got themselves Abdelli at the center attacking midfield role. But do they have enough to get past FC Nantes, a Ligue 1 side? No, they do not. Holy hell, what a game. Garassi scored a goal, got red carded, and they still carried on and won. So there you go. Abdelli, the man they got from the last win, and Samassa, the upgraded goalkeeper, both heading to FC Nantes. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be all she wrote for Stade Lavallois in Global Imperialism. Tromsø will be heading west, a little north. So this is actually interesting. Tromsø are one of the most northern clubs in the world. I think they're the most northern before they upgrades. But what this means is they are going to be attacking Greenland. I have seen a lot of contention in the comment section with the comments I made around whether Greenland is a country or not and whether it should be a +4 upgrade. And the consensus was with me originally. I think it's a country. I'm giving it a country status. So if Tromsø are able to beat Midtjylland here, it will be a +4 upgrade. Not only that, because Midtjylland have this region here, they would unlock this if they were to win, and therefore get this region remaining, as well as this region right here. Both of them are Norwegian territories. Actually, I would like to retract my statement about this top territory right here, because technically, a club like Molde could still hit it if they got the perfect pull. So it would just be +2 for the regions within Denmark. So either Tromsø's getting a +6 upgrade, or Midtjylland and Billing are getting a +2. How does this one end between Danish and Norwegian foes? It is yet another victory, an explosive second half as FC Midtjylland continue their run. August Mikkelsen off to Denmark. And because of Midtjylland's new upgraded areas, that's going to see Billing now up to a 79 overall. Real Valladolid. Valladolid heading southwest. I thought it might have been a trip into Portugal, but I was wrong. It's going to be this. It's going to be another. This is great for Valladolid. If they just keep going southwest or south, they'll be in a great spot. But Ponsiu, another upgrade for him. I think I was incredibly zoomed in for when I was showing where they upgraded, but they got this region here as an upgrade. I also updated their badge because I realized I had their old badge in there. Paris FC. Paris head east. Okay, Paris will be attacking Stade de Reims. Their first matchup, they do have the upgraded Kevin Trapp, so let's see how that goes for them. Paris FC officially in Ligue 1. Will this newfound confidence be able to get them a victory over Stade de Reims, who are putting together a half-decent squad? Here we go. It is not. It is Stade de Reims breaking Parisian hearts. The upgraded Kevin Trapp, now a Stade de Reims player. Paris proven to be a cursed city this year, ladies and gentlemen. Red Star, the only Parisian club still in Imperialism. Karagümrük from Turkey. They'll be traveling directly west. Okay, so that is going to see them versing Fenerbahce. Really a battle for Istanbul here. Fenerbahce stringing wins together, but now they're going to verse another club from within Istanbul. Andre Gray and Karagümrük. They do not get the victory though. Andre Gray gets a goal, but it is a demolition job here from Fenerbahce. The strike force that Fenerbahce is putting together is pretty damn nice. And there we have it. Fenerbahce taking the soul of yet another Turkish league club. Düsseldorf heading northeast. Okay, that actually threads the needle. Düsseldorf attacking Borussia Dortmund. Imagine the scenes if Düsseldorf were able to imperialize Borussia Dortmund. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Dortmund versus Düsseldorf. Oh my God, it was. I mean, statistically, Dortmund dominated, but it was a late winner there for Jan Couto. Dortmund move on. Yet another nothing addition for Dortmund. But that will be another victory from Borussia Dortmund. Bro, I swear we don't go to India at all. Mohenbagan will be traveling south a little east. Not east enough to claim Bangladesh. Instead, Mohenbagan will be attacking East Bengal. A matchup between two clubs we are yet to see in this tournament. I believe Jordan Odoa used to play for East Bengal FC. But here we go against Mohenbagan. Who wins this one in India? It is Mohenbagan on penalties. The Australian-led team that has Dimitri Petrados, Jason the Cumdog Cummings, and Jamie McLaren are going to get the victory here. Jamie McLaren was the guy that scored the goal. Hiroshi Ibasuki, former Western United striker, I believe, joining Mohenbagan. And there we go. For the first time in what feels like a long time, we have an Indian club imperialized. And I've just realized this is actually going to be an upgrade for Mohenbagan because this little corner region here, yes, Indian clubs either side, but they're not within the country. So this is going to be an upgrade for Mohenbagan, who get this region. Unfortunately, it's not going to be one of the Aussies. It's going to be the centre-back Alberto up to a 73. Heerenveen, all right, let's see what other territories they want to take. Heerenveen traveling east. I think this is going to be FC Twente. Yep, confirmed. All right, two clubs from the Netherlands that have territory elsewhere. Heerenveen attacking FC Twente. FC Twente with the upgraded Lars Unerstal. Heerenveen with Fatawu on the right-hand side of the midfield. Whoever wins this one is going to have a really nice addition, or multiple additions, but the star players coming to their squad is going to be notable. And it will be a scoreless draw. It goes to a penalty shootout. Heerenveen, they get all these territory just to lose it. The lights were just too bright there for Heerenveen. I'm hoping Heerenveen enjoyed their time abroad because they have just lost all of those territories. Twente into Denmark, into Norway, and this revolving corridor now belongs to Twente. Gremio heading east, a little south. I think that's going to put them into Africa. We follow it along, and yeah, it's going to take them to the southern parts of South Africa. They now share a border with Botafogo. Claiming South Africa means their centre midfielder, Pialdal, goes to a 77. Lake Como. I think if they go west, it means into Milan, but instead they go directly north. This is actually going to work out brilliantly for Como. They're going to get themselves into Switzerland. Yes, they share more of a border with Inter Milan, but they're going to get themselves an upgrade. Congratulations to the wonder kid, Nico Paz, now an 82 overall. Vitória right back to Brazil. Vitória traveling northeast. Not north enough for them to get this upgrade region here. They're going to be jumping over. So many Brazilian clubs coming into Africa here, hitting the top section of Angola. The crazy thing is, whoever ends up claiming Brazil down the line is going to get so much of Africa with it as well. Let's go see who the upgrade is for Vitória. It will be the centre-back Perrinho to a 76. Okay, off to Greece for the first time in a long time. Pauk going northwest. Jesus, man, we are getting upgrade galore in this little period. Pauk are going to claim Macedonia, North Macedonia. That is another upgrade for Konstantelios, who goes to an 82. Pauk yet to have a game, but they're going to have a good side when they do. Lecce, a club that's near Pauk. Lecce traveling southeast. Oh, okay. Lecce, it is a direct attack here on Libya a +4 if they're able to get it. Also, I've just realized I got rid of the border there between the two nations. I will fix that up, but it will be, okay, the upgraded Falcone and Lecce attacking Olympiacos. Huge ramifications in this one. Both these clubs have got upgraded players to an 86. 86 El Carbi for the striker at Olympiacos. 86 Falcone in between the sticks at Lecce. Oh my god, Falcone would be 90 if they win this game. This is massive, fellas. Between Italian and Greek, it is Olympiacos continuing their run. El Carbi, another goal. Olympiacos taking a dream step. This upgraded Falcone is going to take them to another level. But my word, the Greek side is going to defend their land in Africa. They're also going to expand their empire within Italy and get more land here within Greece. Lecce are gone. Clermont Foot of France. Clermont traveling southwest. Oh shit, lads. Clermont Foot will be attacking Saint Etienne. This would be a big way to announce yourself in the competition. Saint Etienne getting stronger and stronger. They added Sergi Darder to their squad recently. This would be a massive, massive loss if they lost here to Clermont for one of the weaker sides remaining in France. But we know upsets happen quite often in Imperialism. They will not happen right now. I mean, they almost happened. Saint Etienne winning it in extra time. Johan Gastien, the latest player to join Saint Etienne. Maybe this might be beneficial though for Saint Etienne. If they get drawn and they go west, they do have upgrades available. Staying in France, AS Monaco. AS Monaco Southwest. Okay, they're trying to get themselves more of this coastline. AS Monaco attacking Nice. Lads, I don't think we realized how strong that win against Fiorentina made Monaco. They added De Gea, they added Orsolini. Their team to begin with was pretty damn solid. This would be huge if Nice could get the victory, though, against Monaco. They do not. It was another close game here, but ultimately Monaco do stay alive. An already impressive team gets stronger as they add Jonathan Klaus. There we go. Monaco are going to get themselves Nice, and they're also going to get the island of Corsica. Derby County. Derby will be going west, a little north. That little north actually proves to be incredibly important. Instead of them versing West Bromwich Albion, they're going to be versing Burton Albion. Things have felt pretty quiet in the English Midlands in this recording session, but it's not going to stay that way. It is Burton Albion versus Derby County. How will this one play out? It will be... Wow, they played a man down for 89 or 79 minutes, but Burton Albion punching up a division. The League One club will imperialize championship side Derby County. Huge addition for Burton Albion, getting Carlton Morris. There we have it, lads. Derby County, one and done. Womp womp. Back to France with FC Metz. FC Metz heading southwest. All right, so they saw Kevin Trapp joining Stade de Reims, and they said they wanted him for themselves. FC Metz attacking Stade de Reims. Look, I'm wearing a New York Mets jersey, so I should probably be going for FC Metz, but I actually don't care about the New York Mets. I just really hate the New York Yankees. But here we go. Let's see how this one plays out. Stade de Reims have been on an incredible run of form. Is that going to continue? Yes, it is. Another win for Stade de Reims, really cementing themselves as a serious contender here in France, especially now that PSG are gone. Another Ligue 1 side falling at the hands of Stade de Reims. This time they get Hein. Stade de Reims getting closer and closer to getting themselves potentially even into Belgium. All right, who we got next, ladies and gentlemen? Next up on the wheel is Cardiff City. Cardiff going north. Is that going to be another upgrade? By the skin of their teeth. We almost had a matchup. Let me just double check. Yep, I'm just had to make sure about how east that was. Cardiff almost with a matchup against Shrewsbury, but instead they're going to get another upgrade for Willock, who goes to a 77. Shrewsbury Town? Speaking of the lads. Shrewsbury going east. Okay, West Brom not getting dodged again. Shrewsbury will be attacking West Brom. Shrewsbury with the one upgrade to Clucas. They need almost a miracle here. This West Brom side has been getting some decent wins. That one over Wolverhampton was massive. Are they going to get a result we all expect? Yes, they do. Wait, no! Oh my god! I saw 3-0 and just assumed that it was West Brom, and then I clicked, I saw Clucas. Holy shit! Shrewsbury Town! Off the top rope with one of not only, like, the result is a huge upset, but they did it with a 3-0 win. Shrewsbury Town taking out West Brom 3-0. Mate, Shrewsbury have just got a haul. They get Urukdere from Wolves, Marvin Duksh, Victor Johansson, Chris Meffam, Devontae Cole, and Jake Holman. I gotta give him Jake Holman. Jake Holman to Shrewsbury as well. That is crazy. God damn Shrewsbury. All right, the League Two club with one of the biggest zero-to-hero moments. They imperialize West Brom. All right, gotta follow that up with Sassuolo. Sassuolo heading southwest. All right, they're trying to come at Monaco now. Sassuolo attacking Monaco. A battle right now between France and Italy. It's going to have to be Domenico Berardi doing some heavy lifting right now against a very, very balanced Sasso, a very balanced Monaco team. How does this one play out? It is another victory here for AS Monaco. 3-1, Mika with a brace. And yet again, Monaco get themselves an incredible addition in Domenico Berardi. Monaco, they were quiet to start the series, but now they continue to expand throughout Italy. Al Hilal, for the first time, it's Al Hilal. Al Hilal goes southeast. So Al Hilal will have a matchup here with the Melbourne Stars, Al Najma. Between Fortunas, Martins, and Smalling, Al Najma have made some really good upgrades to their squad, but if they were to take out Al Hilal, that would by far be the biggest accomplishment of their video, of their Imperialism run. Will that happen in the Saudi League? It will not. They get, oh my God, they get absolutely thumped. Salem, I'm not sure who that is, but Salem has got himself a hat trick. So all the three affirmation players, along with Samir Caetano, will all be joining Al Hilal. And for the final time, we say goodbye to Al Najma, the Melbourne Stars. I'm sure you guys are sick of the jokes, but thanks to the memories. AS Roma. Roma heading directly north. Okay, that is actually going to get them into Croatia. AS Roma taking control of this most northwestern part of Croatia. Officially putting Paulo Dybala into the 90s. Austria Vienna. Don't even need to spin the wheel because they are completely surrounded by Ferencvárosi. Ferencvárosi putting together a very good side after beating Sturm Graz. Can they beat Austria Vienna though and get more land in Austria? Noah Bodic, Australian up top there. Dragovic in the back line. How does this one pan out in Austria? It is a penalty shootout victory for Austria Vienna. That is massive. Oh my God. Okay, they're going to get a lot of players and a lot of land. Holy hell, Austria Vienna getting a heap of players. The one from Ferencvárosi, though, is going to be Dibu. Now, just look at this. Austria Vienna, hiding up there in Vienna, are going to claim a large majority of Austria and also going to get themselves Hungary. Of course, not a direct attack, so not a +4. But that has just changed their game completely. Ferencvárosi eliminated. Nancy, off to the north of France. Nancy heading southeast. Okay. Nancy attacking Stuttgart. Bold move. Stuttgart adding the upgraded Ginter after that victory against Freiburg. A few additions to the bench. This team is building into something special. Will it slip on the banana? That is AS Nancy. It will not. They are going to come from behind, but ultimately, Stuttgart get the win. Enzo Basilio is going to join Stuttgart. I'm sure they're buzzing about that. Right now, though, given the current landscape of the world, if Stuttgart were able to verse Stade de Reims, that would honestly feed families. Arkadynia heading southeast. Okay, probably the best case scenario for them, to be fair. Arkadynia are going to get themselves an upgrade within Poland. Their right back, Navarro. Not ideal to have a right back as the upgraded player, but still an upgrade nonetheless. Djurgården's heading southeast. Okay. I thought for a second they were going to be versing Shakhtar Donetsk, but Djurgårdens are actually going to get themselves the country of Estonia, signaling an upgrade. At least they got their striker. It is Nguyen going to a 74. Inter Milan, here we go. Inter are going northwest. Ah, that's a letdown. I was kind of hoping it was going to be Stuttgart, but it is going to be an upgrade. So they get this region here, which is also the same as this one. It confused me the first time I figured it out, but now that I know it, I can't unsee it. So that's going to send Martinez to a 92. Inter Milan getting more land in Switzerland. FC Lorient, they will be traveling southwest. Okay, so off the map down towards Spain they go. Okay, Lorient are going to be attacking Sporting Gijón. Both of these clubs making their debuts for the tournament. Only one of them is going to move on. The other will be one and done. Somebody's going into the other's country. It is going to be Sporting Gijón. The challenged Otero gets a brace. Gijón, a second division Spanish side rather, are going to take down Ligue 1 Lorient. An addition in between the sticks for Gijón. Shout out to the Spaniards. They're going to move themselves up here into France. HamKam Football, Southeast. Okay, HamKam. They have this land in Sweden. And as they move through to it, it's going to be Elfsborg that they attack. We've seen HamKam get a victory to get themselves into Sweden. Elfsborg making their debut for the tournament. Few decent players here. I think their top players are rated way higher. I'm deep into the recording, but rated a lot higher than the HamKam guys. See if that matters on the pitch. I imagine it will. Yes, it does. Headland scores in the 68th minute. Elfsborg pushing back, getting land in Sweden and also into Norway. There we go. Daniel Sundgren and Ibrahimej are the two men going to Elfsborg. I love a reverse territorial gain here. HamKam thought they were going to take Sweden for themselves, and that turns out to be their downfall. Basel, Northwest. I know what this is, and I was praying for this. Basel will be attacking the former land in France, but it is going to be Basel versus Stuttgart. A lot of upgrades on the line here. The winner will get a 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 overall upgrade. If Stuttgart win it, that would put Stiller at a 97. Basel are no slouches though, lads. They've got the upgraded Shaqiri. Also, I realized it's only a +8. One of the first region I said was going to get chosen is actually still in contention from Milan. That's a brain fade for me. But here we go. Can Stuttgart continue to move within Switzerland? Yes, they do. A 3-1 win. Shaqiri gave Basel the lead, but he's about to become a Stuttgart player. There we go, lads. Xherdan Shaqiri. He knows how to play in the Bundesliga. He is now a Stuttgart man. And like I said, it's a +8 upgrade for Stiller, who's going to go to a 95 overall after they claim all of these tiny little regions within Switzerland. We haven't even seen either of the Zurich clubs yet, but they have got some heavy lifting if Swiss football is going to stay alive. Konyaspor. Konyaspor go east, which is going to see them challenging Kayserispor. The numbers for the Turkish teams rapidly falling here. A lot of them have been imperialized in this episode. Who's going to be the latest one here between Konyaspor and Kayserispor? It will be Kayserispor going out in extra time. Did Barty get a hat trick? He got a brace. Konyaspor acquire the services of Mane. Not the Mane they want though. There we go. Another Turkish club out on their first attempt. Red Star, the final French team. God, if they go out in their first attempt, it's going to be a cursed episode. It's going to be a cursed tournament for the French clubs. They head south. Oh shit. Oh God. Red Star attacking Stade de Reims. Stade de Reims' latest addition is going to be playing at striker for them. This is big though. Are they going to be able to get past Red Star and continue this run? Will they claim Paris? Yes, they will. Heen, the new man that joins them at striker, scores the winning goal. Red Star giving up Giovanni Haag. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, Parisian football is officially extinct. Dundee FC. Are we going to squeeze in a Scottish game before the end of the episode? They go northwest. All right, they were completely surrounded, but we're going to have a matchup in Scotland finally. Dundee FC attacking Aberdeen. Look, selfishly, I want Aberdeen to win this game. They've got so many former Western Sydney Wanderers. Aberdeen do have the upgraded Carlson on their left wing spot, but let's see how our first matchup in Scottish football is going to pan out here. It is going to be an Aberdeen victory. Carlson, Milanovic, former Western Sydney Wanderer Nicholas Milanovic, but Carlson, the upgraded midfielder, gets the winner for Aberdeen. Jan Danda joining Aberdeen. I never thought I would see the day, but we have had a matchup in Scotland. It only took 3 full parts. Dundee, first team gone. DC United. DC going northeast. I was nervous it was going to be a matchup against FC Cincinnati to end part 3, but it's going to be a matchup. Our final game of the matchup of the episode is going to be DC United attacking Philadelphia. Who will be the team to miss out on the top 300? DC United with Christian Benteke, or will it be Kai Wagner, upgraded Kai Wagner, and the Philadelphia Union? Benteke upgraded as well, but it is going to be the Philadelphia Union getting the victory here, unlike in real life last night. Christian Benteke joining Philly, and Philly will be joining Virginia right here. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, 300 teams remain in global imperialism, and that is where we're going to end part 3. 100 more will fall in part 4 before our 200 team part 5 finale. If you enjoyed this part though, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe down below if you want to keep up to date with the rest of the series. If you're watching this in the future, click here to watch part 4. If not, click here to watch something else.